Hey there, guys. Every once in a while on Fan Friday, we like to do something a little bit different. And this episode, because so many of you requested it, I present to you 50 Shades of Grey. Now, what you're about to hear is, in fact, a very small part of what I thought was going to be a much larger read-through of this book. Turns out, it's impossible for someone who is not, let's say, a chimpanzee to read this book and enjoy it. There's a pretty good reason why all the sexy scenes are on websites online. Because just like a porn, no one's there for the story. Anyway, sit back, relax, and enjoy what I assume is a quick look into the female psyche. And gentlemen, it's crazy pants in there. Kate is my roommate, and she has chosen today, of all days, to succumb to the flu. Therefore, she cannot attend the interview she arranged to do with some mega-industrialist tycoon I've never heard of for the student newspaper. So, I've been volunteered. I have final exams to cram for, and one essay to finish, and I'm supposed to be working this afternoon, but no, today I have to drive 165 miles to downtown Seattle in order to meet the enigmatic CEO of Grey Enterprise Holdings, Inc. As an exceptional entrepreneur and major benefactor of our university, his time is extraordinarily precious. Much more precious than mine, apparently. But he granted Kate an interview. A real coup, she tells me. Damn her extracurricular activities.
Anna, I'm sorry. It took me 9 months to get this interview. It will take me another 6 to reschedule, and we'll both have graduated by then. As the editor, I can't blow this off, please.
Kate begs me in her rasping, sore-throat voice. Oh, she has a sore...
Please.
How does she do it? Even ill, she looks gamine and gorgeous. Strawberry blonde hair in place and green eyes, although now red-rimmed and runny. I ignore my pain of unwelcome sympathy. Of course I'll go, Kate. You should get back to bed. Would you like some NyQuil or Tylenol?
NyQuil, please. Here are the questions in my digital recorder. Just press record here. Make notes, I'll transcribe it all.
I know nothing about him, I murmur, trying and failing to suppress my rising panic.
The questions will see you through. Go. It's a long drive. I don't want you to be late.
Okay, I'm going. Get back to bed. I made you soup to heat up later. I stare at her fondly. Only for you, Kate, would I do this.
I will. Good luck, and thanks, Anna. As usual, you're my lifesaver.
Gathering my backpack, I smile wryly at her, then head out the door to the car. I cannot believe I've let Kate talk me into this. But then again, Kate can talk anyone to anything. She'll make an exceptional journalist one day. She's articulate, strong, persuasive, argumentative, beautiful, and she's my dearest friend. The roads are clear as I set off from Vancouver, Washington towards Interstate 5. It's early, and I don't have to be in Seattle until 2 this afternoon. Fortunately, Kate has lent me her sporty Mercedes CLK. I'm not sure Wanda, my old VW Beetle, would make the journey in time. Oh, the Merc is fun to drive, and the miles slip away as I hit the pedal to the metal. Is she getting paid for this? Or does she just really want one of these cars? Anyway, pedal to the metal. My destination is the headquarters of Mr. Grey's global enterprise. It's a huge 20-story office building, all curved glass and steel, an architect's utilitarian fantasy, with Grey House written discreetly in steel across the front doors. It's 1:45 when I arrive, greatly relieved that I'm not late as I walk into the enormous and frankly intimidating glass, steel, and white sandstone lobby. Behind the solid sandstone desk, a very attractive, groomed young blonde woman smiles pleasantly at me. She's wearing the sharpest charcoal suit and white shirt I've ever seen. She looks immaculate. I'm here to see Mr. Grey. Anastasia Steele for Catherine Kavanaugh.
Excuse me one moment, Miss Steele.
She arches her eyebrows as I stand self-consciously before her. I'm beginning to wish I had borrowed one of Kate's formal blazers rather than wore my own navy blue jacket. I have made an effort, and wore my one and only skirt, my sensible brown knee-length boots and blue sweater. For me, this is smart. I tuck one of the escaped tendrils of my hair behind my ear as I pretend she doesn't intimidate me.
Miss Kavanaugh is expected. Please sign here, Miss Steele. You want the last elevator on the right. Press for the 20th floor.
She smiles kindly at me. amused, no doubt, as I sign in. She hands me a security pass that has visitor firmly stamped on the front. I can't help but smirk. Surely it's obvious that I'm just visiting. I don't fit in here at all. Nothing changes, I sigh awkwardly. Thanking her, I walk over to the bank of elevators and past 2 security men who are both far more smartly dressed than I am in their well-cut black suits. The elevator whisks me at terminal velocity to the 20th floor. The doors slide open and I'm in a large lobby. Again, all glass, steel, and white sandstone. I'm confronted by another desk of sandstone and another young blonde woman, this time dressed impeccably in black and white, who rises to greet me. Miss Steele, could you wait here, please? She points to a seated area with white leather chairs. Behind the leather chairs is a spacious glass-walled meeting room with an equally spacious dark wood table and at least 20 matching chairs around it. Beyond that, there's a floor-to-ceiling window with a view of Seattle's skyline that looks out through the entire city onto the Sound. It's a stunning vista, and I'm momentarily paralyzed by the view. Wow. I sit down, fish the questions out of my backpack, and go through them, inwardly cursing Kate for not providing me with a brief biography. I know nothing about this man I'm about to interview. He could be 90, or like 30. The uncertainty is galling, and my nerves resurface, making me fidget. I've never been comfortable with one-on-one interviews, preferring the anonymity of group discussions where I can sit inconspicuously in the back of the room. To be honest, I prefer my own company. Reading a classic British novel called... Wait, is she British?
Reading a classic British novel, are you? Curled up in a chair in a campus library? Not sitting twitching nervously in a colossal glass and stone edifice? I roll my eyes, I do.
Get a grip, Steele. Judging from the building, which is too clinical and modern, I guess Gray is in his 40s. Fit, tan, and fair-haired to match the rest of his personnel. Another elegant, flawlessly dressed blonde comes out of a large door to the right. What's with all the immaculate blondes? It's like Stepford in here. Taking a deep breath, I stand up.
Miss Steele?
The latest blonde asks.
Yes?
I croak. I clear my throat. Yes. There. That sounded more confident.
Mr. Gray will see you in a moment. May I take your jacket?
Oh, please. I struggle out of my jacket.
Have you been offered a refreshment?
No. Oh dear. Is blonde number 1 in trouble? Blonde number 2 frowns and eyes the young woman at the desk.
Would you like tea, coffee, water?
She asks, turning her attention back to me. A glass of water, thank you, I murmur.
Olivia, please fetch Miss Steele a glass of water.
Her voice is stern. Olivia scoots up and scurries to the door on the other side of the foyer.
My apologies, Miss Steele. Olivia's our new intern. Please be seated. Mr. Gray will be another 5 minutes.
Olivia returned with a glass of iced water. Here you go, Miss Steele. Thank you. Blonde number 2 marches over to her desk, her heels clicking and echoing on the sandstone floor. She sits down and they both continue to work. Perhaps Mr. Gray insists on all of his employees being blonde. I'm wondering idly if that's legal when the office door opens and a tall, elegantly dressed African-American man with short dreads exits. I definitely wore the wrong clothes. He turns and says through the door, "Golf this week, Gray?" I don't hear the reply. He turns, sees me, and smiles, his dark eyes crinkling at the corners. Olivia has jumped up and called the elevator. She seems to excel at jumping from her seat. She's more nervous than me. "Good afternoon, ladies," he says as he departs through the sliding door.
Mr. Gray will see you now, Miss Steele. Do go through.
Blonde number 2 says. I stand rather shakily, trying to suppress my nerves. Gathering my backpack, I abandon my glass of water and make my way to the partially open door.
You don't need to knock, just go in.
She smiles kindly. I push open the door and stumble through, tripping over my own feet and falling headfirst into the office. Double crap. Me and my 2 left feet. I am on my hands and knees in the doorway of Mr. Gray's office. and gentle hands are around me, helping me to stand. I am so embarrassed. Damn my clumsiness. I have to steel myself to glance up. Holy cow. He's so young. Miss Kavanaugh. He extends a long-fingered hand to me once I'm upright. I'm Christian Grey. Are you all right? Would you like to sit? So young. And attractive. Very attractive. He's tall, dressed in a fine gray suit, white shirt, black tie. Apparently, he's Pitbull. Apparently, is that Pitbull? Anyway, unruly dark copper hair and intense, bright gray eyes that regard me shrewdly. It takes a moment for me to find my voice. Actually, I mutter, if this guy is over 30, then I'm a monkey's uncle. In a daze, I place my hand on his and we shake. As our fingers touch, I feel an odd exhilaration shiver through me. I withdraw my hand embarrassed. Must be static. I blink rapidly, my eyelids matching my heart rate. Miss Kavanaugh is indisposed. She sent me. I hope you don't mind, Mr. Grey. And you are? His voice is warm, possibly amused, but it's difficult to tell from his impassive expression. He looks mildly interested, but above all, polite. Anastasia Steele. I'm studying English literature with Catherine, Miss Kavanaugh at WSU Vancouver. I see, he says simply. I think I see a ghost of a smile in his expression, but I'm not sure. Would you like to sit? He waves me towards an L-shaped white leather couch. I find myself blushing. Yeah, alright, I'm done. There is no erotica in the world worth this kind of torture.